Hi there. I've been crocheting cotton washcloth today and I'm almost out of my supply of cotton yarn. I'm just about ready to head into town and go buy some more at the store. And when I get back, I'll show you how to make one for yourself at home. This is the Purple Sock in Cold Water. It's an old-fashioned yarn shop and it always has just what I need. Today I'm looking for a cotton yarn. It's absorbent, durable, and a natural fiber. I also like its texture and it's very good for washing pots and pans. You can use whatever colors you like, but today I'm going with two because I like them a bit fancier. Hi Lynn.
Hi Rita, how are you today?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Change?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Thank you. You too. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my gosh, that was a long walk in this summer heat. To start our washcloths, I have our two yarns that we bought from the Purple Sock. We have the multicolored green and we have the nice crisp white. I'm going to start with the multicolored green to do the body of our washcloth. So I'm just going to get started. Just take that off there. And here's the string. Here's the end. So we're just going to start here. I'm just taking the end of the green. And this is my crochet hook. I always get made fun of by my crochet hook because maybe they think it's ugly. I don't know. But it does the job. It's a number 5. I think that's kind of the basic size of crochet hook that people generally use. So to start off, I'm going to do a slip knot. And how I do a slip knot is I take the string and just wrap it around 2 fingers. So you wrap it around, put it over top, I hold it down with my thumb, and then just come in behind, grab it, and pull it through. Now that you have your slip knot on your crochet hook, there's a little tail right here. Don't worry about that. Later on, we're going to tuck that in with a needle and you're not even going to see it inside your washcloth. So what we're going to start doing is we're going to chain 35. And what that means is all you're going to do is you're going to hold the base of your work right here down just to keep it steady. I've got a yarn wrapped around my finger here. And you're going to take your crochet hook, wrap it around the yarn, bring it down and under. So that's one chain. So we're going to do 35 chains because I like the washcloths a little bigger. So we're going to go 2, 3, 34, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So there's 35. So it's a rather long chain. It will shrink up a little bit. So next we're going to start row 1, and you want to start your first stitch into that stitch right there. So you've got your loop on your hook, and then right next to it is the first stitch. So you're going to want to put your crochet hook right into that first stitch. So wrap your yarn around your finger and hold your work. And you're going to go into that first stitch. So you're going to go in, wrap your yarn, pull it through, wrap your yarn, and then pull it through. And that is your first stitch. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to do that in every single stitch until you come to the very end. So when we come to the very end, I'll show you what to do next. I've single crocheted this entire row and I'm back to the end. What I did is I went into the very last stitch, a single crochet. So now I've turned my work and we're going to start on the other side. So you're going to chain one, so you're just going to turn it over and take off one. And now we're ready to start our next row. So you want to start with that very first stitch that's right there, because this stitch right here, this one right here, that's your first stitch. So that will be your first stitch into your work. So you just want to do the exact same thing all the way down to the end, just like you did on the chain. But you're going to do this into this first row that you've made. So each stitch is where that little V points. Where that little V joins up along the way. Can you see that little V? Each stitch is going to go right underneath that little V. So we've chained one, so you're going to go into that first stitch, yarn over, pull it through, going to yarn over, and pull it through again. And we're just going to do that exact same thing all the way down to the end. I've come to the end of my second row, so I'm right here at the end. And I've just put another stitch right into the very last, another crochet, right in a single crochet right into the last stitch. So what you want to do is flip your work again, and you're going to start over. You're going to do the exact same thing from every single row is going to be the same. So since we're at the beginning of the row again, you're going to chain over and chain one. And then you're just going to go right back into that stitch. There's that stitch right at the very front. You're going to go right into there. Again, same thing as we've been doing the whole time. You just go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through again. And that's all you're doing, and you're just going to keep doing that same thing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And remember, every time that you start a new row, you have to chain one before you go into your stitches. So I'll meet you back again here when you have enough that your work is a nice square size. It'll probably take about 20 turns or so, but we'll see when we get to the end. So here we go. I've done the last row. So I ended up doing actually 35 rows, not 20. It's a little bit bigger, which is what I like, so that's good. What I'm going to do now actually is I'm going to take the white cotton yarn and I'm just going to do a simple border all the way around the outside. Now it goes the same way as the simple single crochet. So all you're doing around the sides is exactly the same thing what you did row to row. The only thing with this is you kind of have to find your own holes to go into. Whereas going this direction, the holes are there already. But going this direction, you have to find your own holes. So I'm just going to do one stitch all the way around the outside, and I'll show you what I do at the corners when I get there. So I've reached the end, and what you want to do is find the corner hole, which is right there, and all you're going to do is you're going to put 3 single crochets in that hole. So just like this, just one, back in the same hole, 2, back in the same hole, and 3. And there's the 3 single crochets. And just turn and just continue as usual down the other side of the row. If you can see, it's kind of giving it a bit of a clamshell look. It gives it that curve that you need so that your dishcloth doesn't bunch up. This is a darning needle. It's just a little plastic. You can get them in metal too, but mine's just plastic. And it's just a little plastic needle. Just feed your yarn through it, and all you're going to do is take that and you're just going to weave it in and out of the stitching. I'm going to weave this through the white stitching since I don't want my white stitching to show up in my green yarn here. And you just weave it through, and it just hides all these little tail ends. And once you go through halfway, just flip it over, and then reversing back. Don't go through the same hole, because then you'll unwind your yarn. But just go through in the opposite direction, and that really secures the yarn really, really well. And do that for your green tail as well. And I'll meet you back here in a sec. And there you have it. You're all done. You have a nice, lovely, square washcloth. This washcloth only took about an hour to make, which really isn't all that long. You'll have it for a very long time, and I know a few people in my family are going to get these for Christmas this year. Thank you very much for watching me on another one of my little adventures. And if you like this video and you'd like to see more content, please like and subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.